What's going on, Alabama fans? Chris Daughtry back with you guys here on the Alabama Football Report by Chat Sports. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to all of you out there. Coming up on today's show, we're going to be breaking down some of the latest Alabama coaching rumors on Kalen DeBoer, on Kane Womack, and even another coach on Alabama staff right now. We're going to get into that on today's show. Before we do, though, we want to first get into some of these injury news and rumors out there. Going to be taking a look at the Wednesday availability report before the Iron Bowl, and it is not as good as I was really hoping that it was going to end up being here. First four names on the availability report. All these guys are going to be out. All of these guys, for the most part, we knew would probably be out, so no surprise here. Jeremiah Beaman, Jah-Marien Latham, they've been out for a long time. Dre Kirkpatrick, he's been suspended for a couple of weeks now. Abduall Sanders Jr., he popped up a couple weeks ago. He is still going to be out as Alabama gets ready to take on the Auburn Tigers. The names, though, that we really were hoping were not going to be on this part of the availability report, probably knew they were going to be on there, but unfortunately, Josh Cuevas has already been listed as out for this game this weekend. Danny Lewis Jr. also going to be out. Two of your starting tight ends are not going to be good to go for this game this weekend. So we'll touch on some of those guys here in just a little bit who we might end up seeing. Kevin Riley also listed as out. Really, Alabama's running back 2.5 right now, kind of right there with Daniel Hill. And Cam Howard, haven't really seen him a lot this year, but this was the first time that he ended up popping up on Alabama's availability report. It really does suck that both Danny Lewis Jr. and Josh Cuevas are going to be out for this ball game this weekend. Josh Cuevas is Alabama's best pass-catching tight end. He's a third down machine, seems like every single time. Ty Simpson is in a pinch, he gets it to Josh Cuevas. So the fact that, I was really hoping he was going to be either questionable or probable on the Wednesday availability report, but instead he is already ruled out for this game. That means you're going to see guys like Kaleb Edwards. You're going to see a lot of freshmen play tight end in this game. I got a feeling for Alabama this weekend. Kaleb Edwards, Marshall Pritchett. I kind of think you're going to see Marshall Pritchett in that spot there for Josh Cuevas. We showed that tweet the other day from Clint Lamb. There's a reason probably that, that Marshall Pritchett was Alabama's leading pass catcher this past weekend against Eastern Illinois, because they probably had a feeling that Josh Cuevas was not going to be good to go. I would also not be surprised if you saw some Jay Lindsey and Brody Dalton in this game as well. Kevin Riley, by the way, like I said just a second ago, he's kind of Alabama's like 2.5 running back right now. Jan Miller started off the season banged up with that collarbone, and Kevin Riley was kind of the leading running back for Alabama to start the season, but then Jam comes back, and then now the past couple games, Daniel Hill has actually been the guy that has stepped up here for the Crimson Tide. So Kevin Riley has still kind of been in the mix the past couple of weeks, but with him being out, I wonder who that third running back actually is going to be. We saw some more A.K. Deer last week. Are we going to see a little bit more from A.K. Deer this week? I want to hear from you guys, though, down at the pinned comment of today's video. With all those guys being out, what is your concern level with those Alabama injuries? Let me know. Scale it 1 to 10 down at the pinned comment of today's video. Now, a couple other really important players here that were actually listed as probable. Some bad news to start off the show, and then now a little bit of good news here. Germie Bernard listed as probable, QB Reese listed as probable, and Parker Brailsford all listed as probable. So if they're probable on Wednesday, most likely means they're going to be good to go for this game this weekend. So that's some good news to go along with the bad injury news here for the Crimson Tide. All right, we'll continue with some of those coaching rumors here in just a second. But first, this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. It's the holiday season right now. It's the best time of the year for sports. You have bowl games. You have basketball matchup. You have playoff pushes going on right now. It's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every single day, what gifts to buy around, Christmas time, what to eat today on Thanksgiving, which games to watch, there's only one place where it feels good to be, right? And that's on PrizePicks. PrizePicks, by the way, it is super simple to play. You just pick more or less on at least two players' stats, and if you get your picks right, you could cash in today. one of the PrizePicks lineups that we have featured for you guys this week. This is the one that I am rolling with, a little 2-pick power play this weekend, going with Eric Singleton more than receiving yards. And I think Alabama is going to have to throw the ball a lot in this game this weekend, especially with Kevin Riley being out. They've had some struggles running the football, so I think Ty Simpson probably, if Alabama has a chance to win this game this weekend, Ty Simpson's going to have a big day. So going with the more than on him at 276.5 passing yards. New feature alert, by the way, on PrizePicks. PrizePicks now has early payouts. If your lineup gets off to a hot start, you may now have the option to cash out those winnings before the game even finishes. On PrizePicks, by the way, how you play is up to you. If you want flexibility, choose the flex play where you can get paid even if one of your picks misses. A lot of the times, I do like going with the flex play because I might have, 2 picks that I really like, and then that third pick I'm kind of up in the air, might be 50-50 on. So I, a lot of the times, go with the flex play. But if you guys want the biggest payouts and you feel really confident about your picks, go with the power play. But no matter how you play, PrizePicks is a great way to put your takes to the test. So download the app today and use promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That link is down in the comment section and the description of today's video. We appreciate PrizePicks for being the sponsor of our show today. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, on to some more coaching rumors now. The Kaleb DeBoer to Penn State coaching rumors are not dead quite yet. You got Dylan Dawson here putting this out yesterday. He, by the way, is affiliated with, Penn State's, College of Communications. So, I don't really know how credible this is. Maybe this is, possibly just another opinion out there, but he did put this out yesterday, and it got a lot of traction on social media, saying Alabama head coach Kaleb DeBoer is still in play for the Penn State job as of Wednesday afternoon. Outcome for the Alabama versus Auburn game on Saturday night will have huge implications on Kaleb DeBoer's future. DeBoer or not, I am anticipating Penn State to announce their next head coach by next Tuesday at the latest. And I get it. They have really nothing to talk about right now in terms of, Penn State. Their season's over. I'm just still not buying it right now. Look, if there's anybody I believe when it comes to reporting on Alabama, it's Chris Lowe. I mean, he's the one that reported, he was the first report for Nick Saban retiring. So if there's anybody that knows anything about Alabama, it is Chris Lowe. And he said there wasn't a lot of, traction on this Kaleb DeBoer to Penn State rumors out there. And also, if Kaleb DeBoer loses the Iron Bowl, this is my personal opinion, I don't think he would get fired. He's only in year 2 right now. Sure, a lot of Alabama fans would be really pissed off about that, but I just don't see that as reality right now. So, to me, it doesn't really make sense either. So he's just going to, going into the Iron Bowl, he's going to have this contingency plan because he can't take the pressure. I mean, Penn State just fired their head coach, coming off an appearance in the college football semifinals. You think there is less pressure to succeed right now at Penn State than at Alabama? I'll be honest with you guys, I think it's about the same right now. It just doesn't really make sense to me. I'm behind Kaleb DeBoer right now in this Alabama coaching staff. If they make the playoffs or not this season, and I'm not sorry about that at all. I get it. It's a 12-team format right now. Your expectation is to make the playoffs, but whether or not they make the playoffs or not, like what happens if they win this weekend and lose in the SEC championship game and this college football playoff this committee doesn't put Alabama in the playoffs because they have that third loss? So is Kaleb DeBoer then going to go to Penn State? To me, it just doesn't really make sense. And to me also, Alabama is a top 3 job right now in college football. To me, it's in no particular order. You have Alabama, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. Penn State isn't in that top 2. So to me, it doesn't really make sense for Kaleb DeBoer just to jump ship and leave Alabama after 2 years to go to Penn State. To me, I'm not buying it right now. So I want to hear from you guys down inside the comment section. Are you buying it? will Kalen DeBoer be at Alabama next season? Let me know what you guys think. Be honest with me. Win or lose the Iron Bowl, whatever you think. Maybe you think these reports are real out there, depending on the outcome of this game this weekend. Type Y for yes or N for no down in the comment section of today's video. So as of right now, it seems like the Kane Womack rumors might be chilling out a little bit. Trey Shop, I think is how you pronounce his name there. He reported yesterday, Arkansas beat writer, that USF head coach Alex Golesh has, quote, has accepted an offer to be the next head coach at Arkansas. Now, as of right now, nothing has actually been confirmed, but there are some things that seem like, are kind of moving in that direction right now. Right after that report came out, the interim head coach for the Arkansas Razorbacks, Bobby Petrino, actually put out this thank you letter to Arkansas. I'm not going to read the whole thing here. You can pause the video if you want to read the whole thing. But basically just saying thank you for the second chance here at Arkansas. So, he was a name that was also in the running there for that Arkansas job, along with Kane Womack and some others as well. So it seems to me like he has already been told that he is not going to get the job there for the Razorbacks. And then you also had the USF CEO of their athletic department, Rob Higgins, also put out a statement yesterday on Twitter about Coach Golesh, basically saying after last week's game, he's been getting a lot of traction, getting a lot of opportunities, and he's been very transparent with them about that situation. So as of right now, nothing has actually been confirmed with Alex Golesh. I've also seen some rumors out there. We all know Lane Kiffin is playing a really fun game right now, having both Florida and LSU kind of on the ropes right now. Maybe he doesn't go to either one of those teams. Maybe he stays at Ole Miss, and maybe Alex, if he does leave and end up going to one of those schools, I've seen that rumors that Alex Golesh has also already been reached out to from Ole Miss. There's a lot of crazy rumors going on right now around the coaching carousel in college football. That one, though, Kane Womack, was kind of, in talking or in rumors anyways to go to Arkansas. But as of right now, seems like that one might be shaking out for Kane Womack to stay here at Alabama. And also, the other school was Oklahoma State. Yesterday, they made their head coaching hire. North Texas head coach Eric Morris going to Oklahoma State. So that's two schools right now, maybe 1.5 schools who've already hired their head coach at this point. So Kane Womack staying at Alabama seems like a pretty solid reality at this point. Make sure you guys are subscribed right here to the Alabama Football Report. We are closing in on 33,000 subscribers, and we're only a couple thousand away from being the top college football channel here at Chat Sports. I think we're like 2,000 behind the Michigan Football Report. When I first started a couple years ago, we were like 9,000 behind the Michigan Football Report. So help me out. Make sure you guys hit that sub button. Also going to be live for the Iron Bowl as well. Also going to be giving away that Ryan Williams jersey. So make sure you guys join us for that. All right, some more coaching rumors here around the Crimson Tide. CBS Sports is also reporting that Alabama's wide receiver coach and co-offensive coordinator Jamarcus Shepard is one of 3 names right now being considered for the Oregon State head coaching job. This report, by the way, was kind of a joint report from Chris Hummer, John Talty, and Matt Zenitz of CBS Sports there. The 3 names that they put in consideration here for the Oregon State job, you got Paul Chryst, former head coach at Wisconsin there, Brett Vigen, something like that, head coach of Montana State. He's a really, really good head coach there too. So, obviously it would be a bigger jump going up here in competition if they end up going down that route. But Jamarcus Shepard was the 3rd name listed in that report. And it would suck straight up if he did end up going to Oregon State to be their new head coach, because I really do love Jamarcus Shepard. He is one of my probably like top 2, maybe top 3 coaches on this Alabama coaching staff. Really love Kane Womack, really love Ryan Grubb, and I think Jamarcus Shepard is probably my 3rd favorite coach on this Alabama staff right now. Obviously, Kalen DeBoer is number 1. But when you're talking about assistant coaches there, Jamarcus Shepard is definitely up there. I think he's done a really good job with Alabama's wide receivers, and he's brought this different type of intensity to this, Alabama wide receiver room right now. You saw some clips last year of him really getting after those wide receivers, and, some of those guys really didn't, like that a lot, and they ended up hitting the transfer portal. I'm totally fine with that. I think you need to, hold these guys accountable, and it really would suck if Alabama ended up losing Jamarcus Shepard. So I want to hear from you guys down inside the comment section. I think this is kind of a fun question to round out today's show. Outside of Kalen DeBoer, obviously, who is your favorite assistant coach on this Alabama staff right now? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section of today's show.